So as we continue this learning experience about building words, making meanings, and this specific program, we already learned what a syllable is. We already discussed what a stress in a specific word, in a multisyllabic word will be and will mean. And now we will examine the syllable types. So in English, there are really 6 syllable types. Knowledge of the syllable types can help the readers and the spellers as they decode and as they encode words, as they read and as they spell words. Words can have one syllable, as in cat, cat, one vowel, one syllable, one vowel sound, right? One syllable. Can have 2 syllables, as in the word color, right? 2 vowel sounds, 2 syllables, and more syllables, being multisyllabic, or as you will hear often the term polysyllabic. Poly in Greek, it means many. So polysyllabic means polysyllabi, means many syllables, many multisyllabic words. So you can have multisyllabic or polysyllabic as terms. So we can have 3 syllables, as in colorful, and even more than 3, as in inconsistency, right? I will have 5 syllables in that case. A syllable needs a vowel. The syllable types now are the following. We will have open, closed, silent or consonant, silent, vowel consonant silent, vowel team, R control, consonant LE. We can read easily if we can identify syllable types, if we cannot decode the word, or if we cannot identify parts within the word that derive from other words that we do know. So let's look closely now at these syllable types. We will start with a closed syllable. A closed syllable is a syllable in which the vowel is followed by one or by more than one consonants. For example, I will have the word at. After the vowel, there is a consonant. The gate is closed. The vowel cannot say its name. And what is its name? The name that it has in the alphabet. So it cannot say A. It will say its other sound, and the vowel sound will be short. So in that case, I will say at. Now, this can be followed, the vowel, by more than one consonant. So I can have ant, having 2 consonants. I can also have consonant vowel consonant, as in k, at. I can also have consonant vowel consonant, as in spit, right? With that blend at the front. I can have consonant vowel consonant, as in split, with a triple blend at the front. And then I can also have the word blend, where I will have a blend at the beginning and at the end. In all these cases, the vowel sound is short, and the vowel sound the vowel will make its short sound. It cannot make its long sound because it is followed by a consonant. The gate is closed. The vowel cannot say its name, so it will make its other sound. An open syllable now is a syllable in which the vowel, at the end of the vowel, there is no consonant. The vowel, the gate is open, the vowel can say its name. So for instance, I will have the word hi, where after the I, there is no consonant. So the vowel can say its name and the name it has in the alphabet. So it will say I, hi, or I will say oh, as in so. I can also have 2 syllable words in which the first syllable is an open syllable. So I say the word robot. The vowel says its name. And I will read robot. I may have the word where the vowel, after the vowel, I break the syllable, as in the word aphid. And you notice that PH, because it's a digraph, will go together. And I will have an open syllable, aphid, closed syllable, where the vowel does not say its name. I will also have the vowel consonant E. A final E that is silent appears at the end of a word and marks the long vowel sound. So that E remains silent. However, the vowel before it will say its name. So when I'm adding now a suffix, that E will drop, right? But the vowel will remain long. And I will explain this a bit more. So I can have vowel consonant E as in 8, that is one syllable, 8. And the syllable type is vowel consonant E. I can have kite. I can have shine, where I have a digraph at the front. I can have a triple R blend as in stripe. But this stripe, the syllable type, is a vowel consonant E, a silent E type. And when the E will drop, as I mentioned earlier, the vowel sound remains long. That is important to know, especially as we're trying to teach students how to retain the vowel sound when they are working with adding suffixes. So for instance, I may have this word. And in this word, which is a short vowel, the word is hop, I would like to add the ED. When I add ED though, in order for me to retain the vowel sound, I will need to double. So in this case, I will double. And when I will break, I will say hop. In this case, I'm retaining the short vowel sound. However, if I have this word, in this word, I'm retaining the long vowel because it derives from hope. So it will be hoped versus hopped. And that is the challenge for children often when we are working with them, and for students when we're working with them, the understanding of the doubling. The doubling occurs because we try to retain the vowel sound, the short vowel sound. In the case of the silent E of this specific syllable type, because we are dropping the E and we are adding the ing or we are adding ed, that vowel, the previous vowel, it will retain its long sound. Now we also have R control. R control is another syllable type. R control is when I have the short vowel with the R. So I will have AR, OR, IR, ER, UR. So I may have these combinations as in the words car, her, fur, nor, skirt. Now listen to these sounds. R, or. And then for IR, IR says ER says UR says So you can tell how challenging it may be when they spell, when students spell, to correctly, accurately spell that R control for IR, ER, UR. It is important for them to expose themselves in words, in books, where they will see naturally occurring these words, so that they will be able to tell that, for instance, skirt or fur is with UR and skirt is with IR. So we may have this multisyllabic, in multisyllabic words, the OR or the AR or the IR in combinations. So for instance, in the word doctor, I say doctor. Duck is a closed syllable. Tor is an R control syllable. I may also have vowel team syllable. Two vowels working together to make one sound. And I will have AI, AY, OE. I may have OU. I may have OY. And finally, we'll have the consonant LE. Consonant LE will occur at the end of a syllable that's unaccented. In other words, I will say castle. The pitch is on castle. I will not say castle. I will say cattle. I will not say cattle. So the consonant LE syllable is non-accented. It does not have pitch on it. So for instance, I may have the word K open syllable bull, which is consonant LE syllable. Now, the most common consonant LE combinations will be BLE, B as in K, bull, G as in E, go, T as in cattle, D as in candle, P as in purple, and K as in uncle. So these are the 6 syllable types. Now, I will provide you the 6 syllable types as we have them within our program, where we are generating the syllables by starting with a stem from the open syllable. No, no, oh, the vowel says its name. The gate is open, the vowel says its name. No, open syllable. Not, I'm adding the consonant, and then immediately that becomes a closed syllable. OR, nor. I'm adding the R, so OR becomes our control. I'm adding to the not E, and now I have note, because the silent E gives the power to the vowel before it to say its sound, to say its name. So I will say note. And then OU will say ow, noun, and that's a vowel team syllable. And finally, I have noble, open syllable with consonant LE to say the word noble. So remembering the syllable types can work by remembering the starting point. No, open, not, closed, nor, our control, note, silent E, noun, vowel team, noble, consonant LE. So let's stop now for a few minutes and try to reflect. Can you recall the 6 syllable types? Can you write them down very quickly and provide an example? I will ask you to do that before we continue. Take a few minutes and record very quickly the 6 syllable types. What is the first one? What is the second? And so on. Provide an example. Great. And now let's compare. Is what you wrote what we already have provided? You may have provided other examples, but do you have all the 6 syllable types recorded in your paper? If you have not, identify what are your study goals. And that is the same logic that you will be using as you are working with your own students. What are the study goals when I cannot recall something 100%? Instead of punitively saying that, oh, I forgot X. Now, what is it that I need to remember? So record what it is that you may need to remember from this specific example that we have. If you would like to learn more about the 6 syllable types, we have provided a link to a reading that you can find immediately after this video. We hope you enjoyed this information about the 6 syllable types and you found this refreshing in what you already knew.